speakers said, which is that this is not about polls. It's not about anything but who gets their side out, gets their votes out. And as Bill Clinton said 2 weeks ago, this is about who wants it the most, who cares about it the most. And so as we go around the state of Georgia, we're finding more and more enthusiasm as we get closer to this election, more and more people understanding what's involved here, more and more people getting to know Jim better and better. And we know that if we do what we need to do these next 36 hours, that if you knock on 2,000 doors, and if we knock on 3,000 doors like we intend to do these next 36 hours, that if people do that all over Georgia, we'll have a Democrat in the Senate from Georgia. But that's what it's about. Right now, it's just about work. Right now, it's just about work. I want to say a couple things about Jim, if I could, and I'm not trying to filibuster your meeting. But, you know, because I've known Jim for 23 years, exactly 23 years. I've known Jim. And there is not a more moral person in public life. There's not a more ethical person in public life. There is not a better person of integrity in public life. Unlike his opponent, Jim is on the moral side of issues. Unlike his opponent, Jim is a man of integrity. Unlike his opponent, Jim served his country in the armed forces. Unlike his opponent, Jim went to Vietnam. Unlike his opponent, Jim supports veterans. Unlike his opponent, Jim wants to lift veterans up. Unlike his opponent, Jim wants to lift all of us up. And Georgia, what a great statement it would make. What a great statement it would make if we could send somebody to Washington who would work with the new president and not against the new president. You know, I like to say that if you want to look at an issue and you want to see which is the right side of an issue, you look at where Jim Martin stands. You want to look at an issue and say, which is the just side of an issue? Look where Jim Martin stands. If you want to look at an issue and say, which is the ethical side of an issue? Look where Jim Martin stands. If you want to look at an issue and say, what is good for middle class and working class people in Georgia? Look where Jim Martin stands. That's the kind of man he is. That's the kind of leader he is. And that's what he'll do for our state as he goes to Washington, D.C. So I'll just close with this, which is to say, folks, when we leave here, please, whatever you can do, do it. Take the afternoon off from work. Take tomorrow off from work. We're asking every union hall in town to shut down tomorrow. We're going to be knocking from can until can't, from 7 till 7 tomorrow, and all this evening too. But if you can't walk, call. If you can walk, please walk. There is nothing like having somebody knock on your door and say on election day, have you remembered to vote? And do you need a ride? What can I do to help you get to vote, to exercise that franchise, which is so important to all of us? I just want to say it's so good to be with Richmond County Democrats. You've already done so much. We appreciate you so much. We love you so much. And let's win this thing for Richmond County. It's not about Jim. It's about all of us. It's not about Jim. It's about all of us. We want to lift everybody up together tomorrow. Thank y'all very, very much. I'm so glad to be part of your team. I'm so glad to be on your team. Thank y'all so much.